A very good morning to all. Today, we are moving on to the next chapter, and the name of the chapter is Magnets. So, do you know about the discovery of magnets? Who found out magnets? So, there is a story behind it. So, there is a story about a shepherd named Magnus who lived in the ancient Greece. Magnus always carried a stick along with him to control his herd of sheep and goats. So, this stick had an iron piece. It has a small iron piece at its end. One day, he found it very difficult to pull his stick from the rock on a mountain. Do you know why? Because the rock may have been a magnet that pulled the iron part of the stick. So, this rock have been a magnet that actually pulled that iron part of the stick towards it. So, people think this is how magnet was discovered. The rocks that are natural magnets were given the name magnetite. So, for many years, people were very scared of this magnetite because they thought it had some magical powers. As years passed, people realized that magnetite only attached to objects that are made of iron. So, for many years, people were very scared of this magnetite because they thought it had some magical powers. Then, as years passed, they understood that this magnetite gets attracted only to objects that are made of iron. So, that is about the story of magnet. So, what did you understand from this? So, what is a magnet? It is a piece of metal with strong attraction to another metal object. So, that is a magnet. So, magnet is an object that attract other objects which are made of iron, cobalt or nickel. So, magnet means it is an object that attracts other objects that are made of iron, cobalt, nickel, etc. So, that is magnet. It is a piece of metal which has strong attraction to another metal objects like iron, nickel, etc. The next is magnetic materials. So, what are magnetic materials? See, materials which are attracted by a magnet. Such materials are called magnetic materials. For example, iron, cobalt, nickel, all these are magnetic materials because these materials are attracted by magnets. So, all magnetic materials will contain at least one of these metals like iron, cobalt or nickel. So, what are magnetic materials? Materials which are attracted by a magnet. So, such materials we call it as magnetic materials. The next one is non-magnetic materials. So, what are non-magnetic materials? See, materials which are not attracted by a magnet. So, such materials are called non-magnetic materials. So, most materials are non-magnetic. For example, plastic, wood, all these are examples for non-magnetic materials because they are not attracted by a magnet. So, how will you know if a substance is magnetic or non-magnetic? So, for that you can take a magnet and you can check which substance gets attracted towards it. You can bring a magnet near a plastic. So, does a magnet attract to plastic? No. So, you can say plastic is a non-magnetic material. In the same way, you can bring a magnet towards a steel paper clip. So, does this magnet attract to this steel paper clip? Yes. Why? Because steel is made of iron and iron is a magnetic material and it gets attracted towards it. So, a steel paper clip is a magnetic material because steel is made of iron. This is how we can find out which substance is magnetic or non-magnetic. So magnetic materials are materials that are attracted by a magnet, and non-magnetic materials are materials that are not attracted by a magnet. The next is about man-made magnets. So there are different types of magnets made out in factories, and they are of different shapes and sizes, and they are made of different types of materials. You can see bar magnet, circular magnet, rod magnet. All these are man-made magnets. They are also used in making useful things like television, doorbells, speakers, headphones, etc. So that is about man-made magnets. So I hope today's class was clear to you. That is about magnets. So we'll meet in the next class and discuss a new topic. Till then, thank you.